Hey guys. So today we are talking about managing your time, really learning to manage your time so that you can create more with less time. Yes, it is absolutely possible to create more with less time invested. And yet so many people come into business feeling as though the only way to succeed is to work more hours, to put in more hustle, to put in more grind, to just do more. And as you know, what that does is it creates a feeling of chronic stress and tension in your body because eventually we can't do more, right? And even if we can do more, it will often lead to a feeling of burnout and overwhelm. And so that sense of tension in your body then tells your mind from your body, your body's communicating with your mind, that this thing is unsafe, that creating more success is unsafe, that scaling up your income is unsafe, that generating more money is unsafe, that putting out offers is unsafe, that working in your business is unsafe because it feels like it's going to be overwhelming because you've convinced yourself that you do not have enough time and that the only way to make more money is to sacrifice your time, which means sacrificing your freedom. And nobody wants to do that. So we end up becoming this self-limiting factor where we do not want to work in our business because it just feels like such a time suck. And it feels like it's something that's going to rob something of us that's very valuable, our time. And so this is why we're talking about this today and why it is so freaking important. So the funny thing about time is that it's not really time that's important when it comes to creating more with less time. What's important is your energy. What's important is the energy that you bring something. And I'm sure you've experienced this before in your life where you have, say, an hour to get something done and you come to it with a really positive mindset and you feel really motivated and really excited to create it. And it's really easy to get it done in an hour. Another time you feel like you're dragging your heels and you feel anxious and you're dreading the thing and you're just like, I don't really want to do this. And it seems like it's going to take, and it just feels like it's taking forever to get the thing done, right? This is because your energy actually is the number one factor in relation to time that will allow you to shortcut time, compress timelines, and get so much more done in less time. This is why I talk so much about creating from a place of pleasure, joy, fulfillment, delight, passion, because when we come from this, we can get things done in like a ridiculously small amount of time that would have seemed really, 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 really hard. And like it was going to take for freaking ever if we came at it from the perspective of, well, I've got to get this thing done. It's on my to-do list today. I guess I got to do it right now. Blah, 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 blah. All of this heavy, burdensome energy. And so the energy that you bring to a task is going to determine your relationship with the time it takes to accomplish that thing. And so this is why managing your energy is the most important thing you can do to manage your time. What that means is oftentimes what we need to do is we need to go internally and we need to look at, how am I feeling today? How am I feeling in regard to this thing? How am I feeling in regard to my business? How am I feeling in regard to making more money, into putting out offers, into my relationship with any of these things? And understanding that the energy we have in relation to those things will be the results we get when we do those things. Whether that's the results we get in terms of shrinking the timelines or the results we get in terms of whether other people are attracted to our marketing or our offers or our email or whatever it might be. So your energy is the most important thing. I know you might not have thought a video on time was actually going to be about energy, but it is. So time management is all about your energy. Your energy actually becomes the most limiting factor in your business. And yes, we're talking about energetically in terms of your attitude, in terms of how you feel, bringing that to the situation, but also in terms of your energy, in terms of like, are you feeling exhausted? Are you feeling burnt out? Are you feeling like you just need to sleep? I can't tell you how many times that a nap has made me shrink timelines. I know that might sound silly, but sometimes just taking a break, slowing down to speed up, as you'll hear me say many, many times, will allow us to actually be far more focused, far more energetic, and far more excited about what it is that we're working on than not taking a break and pushing through. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of the push through energy. And so that push through energy is going to sabotage you every time and cause you to fall into that stress response, that stress cycle that keeps you stuck, keeps you in constriction, keeps you in nervous system dysregulation, keeps you in that place of stress that makes your subconscious mind think success and more money is not something that you want because, oh, it's a threat because it's stressful. So we're going to throw on the handbrake and hold her back from that. So we need to come from the right energy to begin with. Now, here's another funny thing about time. There's this thing called Einstein time, where essentially time expands to the task expands to the amount of time that we allow for it, right? So I'm sure you've experienced this as well, where you've given yourself a whole day to do a task. Like, let's say you need to, I don't know, write up a proposal for a client. You've given yourself a whole day to get it done. And you're like, I'm so busy, I have so much to get done. You're getting it done. Apparently, this is how you get things done, is pretend type. But and you're convinced it's going to take you all day. And then suddenly your kid breaks their arm and you have to race off, take them to the hospital, get that, get your kid what they need, and, the pain relievers from the pharmacy, bring them home, make sure they're settled. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, more than half my day is gone. How am I going to get this done? And yet you still get it done because the deadline's the end of the day, no matter what, no matter how much time you had involved. How did you get the thing done in 3 hours instead of 8? The way you got things done is because you had to. The way you got things done was a deadline. The way you got things done was your energy was focused on, I've got to accomplish this thing and there's no negotiating about it and it's just going to get accomplished because my kid is important, but also getting this proposal to this client is important. So time will literally shrink and expand based upon our perceptions of what's going on, based upon our desires, based upon our passion, based upon our energy, based upon our needs. And so we need to come at it from the right energy, energetically, like attitude wise, the right energy as in, are we exhausted? The right energy as in, like, do I really need all day? If I set myself a deadline, would I be able to get it done in less time? And the right energy in terms of our belief and knowing that we can get anything done in any amount of time. One of the mantras that I often utilize for myself in terms of time management is I am quantum. And it might sound silly and it might sound like it is potentially not that meaningful, but it is. What this means is that, quantum time can flux and move depending on what's going on in its environment, right? Quantum reality is impacted by the observer. And so if I'm the observer of my relationship with time and I'm the only reason that time exists, I know I'm getting a little philosophical here, but bear with me. Time basically is a construct. It's a human construct. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a second in the universe. It's something that we've labeled and we've put upon this thing that keeps going, time, to try to understand it. It's not like a fact, right? It's something that we've labeled to try to perceive it, to try to measure it, to try to understand it. And so what that means is that a lot of times our relationship with time is based upon our perceptions, based upon our measurement, based upon our observation. I could get into actual physics about this, but I'm not going to go down that philosophical path too deeply. Basically, reality changes based upon our observations of it. This is also true when it comes to time. And so when we're coming from the energy of I don't have enough time, we're never going to have enough time. When we come from the energy of there's always enough time because I'm quantum and this can flux and this can change and this can, you know what I mean? Like imagine like at the end of The Matrix when Neo goes and like reality just bends around him. That's our relationship with time, depending on the perspective, the belief that we come from when we are interacting with our beliefs about time. So, like I said, you might think that time is your most valuable resource, but it's really your energy. You need to guard your energy like a mofo. That means the energy you're bringing to something. That means your attitude. That means the energy that you spend on things as well. This 8-figure CEO is intentional about how they spend their time. They're not sitting there thinking that time is something that they can just spend like a glass of water. And I know that might sound weird, but like that it's just not a big deal how we spend our time. I mean, to me, really brutal here, we've only got so much time on this planet. And so we need to be aware of how we spend our time and cherish it. Cherish the time and energy that we have, because we only have so much until we get to the end. Yes, I believe that it's endless and it's infinite. Absolutely. However, we also need to realize that, our lives are finite. And so we need to be intentional about what it is that we're spending time on, where it is that we're focusing on our energy. So often entrepreneurs tend to be busy rather than intentional. Who here has done that? I'm sure you've done that before, where you have gotten a lot done, but then at the end of the day, realize that nothing actually moved the needle forward on your business. All of these things that you got done were the busy work in your business. They weren't the intentional tasks that were important for your energy to be focused on as the CEO in your business. So you need to have intentions for your time and energy so that you stay focused each day on what's most important. So your number one goal as a CEO in your business is on income generating activities. It's on service. And yes, those two things are the same. Bear with me. Tasks that lead to sales are tasks that are related to service. Because when we provide people a solution to their problems, we are being of service to them by selling them what they need to solve their problems. Tasks that lead to our clients being happy are also income generating because they lead to more referrals, renewals, people purchasing more things from us, etc. Right? So service and income generation go hand in hand. You'll hear me say that a lot as well. Everything else can pretty much be cut. As the CEO, your goal is to focus on how do I get my business to make more money and how can I be of more service? When you focus on those two things as your primary focusing points, you are suddenly going to find that you have a lot more time on your hands because you are probably doing a lot of stuff that doesn't matter at all. That I hate to say it that way because that means I'm not meaning to judge your behavior or your choices, but you may be doing a lot of things which aren't moving the needle forward in ways that are meaningful for you, your freedom, the life you want to create, but your business and the success of your business and the impact that you want to create as well. So you need to have that singular focus each day. And that's why in Amplified, we have so much focus on really creating this streamlined solution where we focus first on creating one offer, one marketing channel, and one way of getting your people from not knowing who you are to buying your stuff. Because when we simplify, we focus our time and energy on just doing what is working. And then we're able to tweak those things so that they work even better the next time, right? And then we don't get distracted by things like shiny object syndrome and all of those things. So focus is when you are honing your energy on a singular point. Focus is on one thing. There are huge costs to split attention. When we're distracted from something that we're working on in our business, it will take I think the research says it takes like 23 minutes to get refocused. So imagine if you were distracted 15 times a day. Well, your entire day is spent on refocusing your attention and your energy on what's most important. And this is why we don't want to check into social media all the time. Turn off our notifications on our phone. Only check your emails once or twice a day. Really get strict with the boundaries you have around your time and your energy and protect it like a mofo, because these are the most valuable resources that you have in your business in order to create what it is that you truly, truly want. Another way that I see this getting sort of leached out from a lot of the entrepreneurs I work with is through decision making, right? Many, many people tend to overthink things. If something is going to take decision making, if something's going to take you like a minute or two, make a decision on it right away. In fact, most things, make a decision on those things as fast as possible. Decisiveness will save you so much time and energy because when you're not decisive, that is also a choice. And you're slipping into overthinking and you're slipping into the logical mind and moving away from the intuition that will guide you to your best path that is perfect for you in your business. So there's something actually even called decision fatigue in psychology, and really high level entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg really works with minimizing this. So Mark Zuckerberg tends to wear the same clothing every single day. And the reason he does this is we have the capacity to only make a certain number of decisions each day before we basically can't make more decisions, right? That's our energy. That's our energy management. And so he just minimizes his necessity to make a decision on what to wear each day and the time involved on what to wear each day by just wearing the same thing every single day. And so he limits the need to waste time on decisions that don't matter, that do not need his time and attention, by shortcutting it. And so understanding what you can delete or delegate or automate in terms of your decision-making, in terms of your business, in terms of your time management are all incredibly important, because what happens when you step into being able to do those three things is you clear your plate so that you can stay within your zone of genius and you can do what you're best at. And you can step into that CEO energy where you are focused on the income generating activities and service. And this is why protecting your energy is so freaking important. And this also supports you in your quantum leaps, in making these quantum leaps in your business. This helps you understand what to double down on that's really working, to stop reinventing the wheel and making it complicated and making more decisions necessary and focusing on too many things at once and having split attention, to really narrow your focus and intention into very, very few things so that you can stay focused. You know where your energy needs to go every single day, and you know what to do every single day. And if you've ever wondered, what do I do every day? And I'm not sure what to focus on, reach out to me and ask and talk about it, because it's very simple and we can set this up for you so that you are successful in terms of your time and energy management. You just need to ask for support if you're confused and if you do not feel as though you have a clear path about what to do in order to have that quantum relationship with time where the timelines can shrink and you can get more done with less time by focusing more on what's important. This will lead to that exponential growth in your business that you're looking for. So, a couple of last tips before I wrap up this video. First of all, it's very important that you also respect that you need to set working hours, that you need to set boundaries around your own time and energy. As I said, protect your time and protect your energy like a mofo. This means protecting it in terms of the urgency versus importance of what other people want from you or are demanding of you. It means checking into things that are distracting less often or at certain times of day. But it also means setting boundaries for yourself so that you go have a freaking life, a life you love. And you go out there and you turn off. And you know that you're turned off and you shut up shop for the day and you have working hours. One of the most successful ways to do this is to plan things that you enjoy for the end of the day, for when it's time to close the book, close the computer, shut things off. It's time to shift gears. So planning something enjoyable that you look forward to. Maybe it's a Tai Chi class. Maybe it is a nice bath. Maybe it's time with your partner and you guys, have an evening cocktail or a glass of wine and you catch up about your day. Maybe it's having a cup of tea out on the patio. Maybe it's changing into your favorite fuzzy slippers and snuggling up with your dog. It doesn't matter what the ritual is, but have a ritual that allows you to know and your subconscious to know, look, it's time to check out because my time as CEO is complete. Now I get to be humaning for a moment. Secondly, the second last tip I want to really give you guys is the power of routine. Now, I know routines aren't sexy. Nobody wants to talk about them. They can be kind of boring. But here's the thing. People tend to wait for motivation. They tend to wait to be ready to get things done. This is part of the reason that people take forever to get things done. Because if you're always waiting for motivation, you're going to be waiting forever. Motivation is created through action. Motivated is created through action. And routine can actually get you into action. Routine gets you beyond your mind, helps you keep up momentum, and creates new 8-figure CEO habits, which set you up for success. So make a plan for what you need to be doing each day, the first couple things that you'll do each day, and focus your energy on your number one goal, which is making more money in your business and being of service, right? So motivation is fleeting. Routine is what carries you through until that motivation becomes your new habit. So let's say you have an achievable goal for the month. Let's say you want to attract 2 new clients this month. What is it that I need to be doing each and every morning in order to attract and sign 2 new clients this month? What are my number one tasks to make that my reality? My number one task might be I need to post on social media once a day. I need to follow up with someone each day. And if I just do those 2 things, then and email my list once a day or something like that. If I do those 3 things, I should be able to sign these 3 clients this month. No problem. Well, then those are your first 3 priorities each month. Everything else can wait. Your website can be redesigned later. You can get new headshots later. You can work out your blog schedule for the rest of the year later. You can sit and think about, do I know what I'm doing right now? Later. Just enter into what are my priorities each day. And then the third thing, I said 2, but I'm going to say a third thing is before you start the thing, regulate your nervous system. Come from that place of calm, from that ease, from that joy, from a well-rested place. Yes, sometimes there's things we have to get done. We're not going to be able to be well-rested. But generally, if you come from a place of this, I'm excited to do this, you're going to get it done 10 times faster. And so coming from that place where you feel relaxed and at ease in your nervous system, first of all. Secondly, create a routine where you're focused on the things that are most important each day that support your goals as the 8-figure CEO of generating more income and being of service. And third, shut up shop at the end of the day and give yourself a break. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Till then.